I remember my Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Fun Show here at Big TV. This is the June 10th edition of the Fun Show. Michael Salin is sitting there behind the Keurig keyboard trying to remember what the white and black things in front of him is. And one of the white things in front of him is Arch O'Reilly, and one of the others is Susan Harrington.
Ebony and Ivory.
Ebony and Ivory, except I want to be Ebony.
Okay.
So that makes you Ivory,
Okay.
Ivory for tonight. Well, I guess we should mention early the very unfortunate shooting of Big Poppy, which was bad, and I want to say congratulations to all the young people out there who just graduated yesterday afternoon from Brookline High School.
He got shot in the back.
He did get shot in the back, and apparently it had nothing to do
went
with,
through his stomach and came out.
well, not anatomically, but in any case, went through his abdomen.
Oh, doctor.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, doctor.
I mean, you can't, it's very hard to nick the gallbladder going through the
Yeah.
stomach.
I'm having you with me when I fall down out there in that big. What is it? The Western Line out in the woods. When I'm out there, and I'll call you up.
The Western Line.
You know, they got some place for riding a bicycle out there.
I have no idea what he's talking
It's
about.
there. They tore down a rail line and put up the bicycles.
Okay, that's cool. They have one of those that runs out through Lexington and
That's the
and
one.
out
Oh,
that
your
way.
bike trail?
Yeah.
Oh.
They say they are.
So you're taking up bicycling.
I might. I'm thinking about it.
All right.
It's either that or parachute jumps over Normandy, right?
I'm not keen about it, but if I'll strap you onto me, we can make it.
How many jumps did you make? Two?
One in the States and one over there.
One for practice and one because your plane was.
No, we were had a plane that was going down, an old B-24, and the pilot said we're going to crash. He says everybody should prepare to jump.
So wait, they
Well,
because they shot your plane down.
No,
right?
this was in England, America. This was
Oh.
Well, what
out
about when you
west.
got shot down?
Yeah.
Well,
During,
that was in Romania.
Yeah. Did you jump or did you ride it to the ground?
I had to jump. What am I? The
'Cause they
plane was burning, and
So doesn't that make three jumps?
that's two. No, one I did in the States,
and then one in Romania.
and then one in Romania.
So when they shot you down in Romania,
yeah,
you had obviously you had a parachute on, and so how far did you fall?
I was about
5,000?
21,000 feet when.
21,000 feet.
Yes.
Whoa.
And
The air's kind of thin up there.
How old were you? How old were you when this happened to
I
you?
was 19 then, 18.
Oh my
or
God, you were just a
19.
baby.
Oh,
So-
everybody's a man at that stage.
Well, so when they shot you down, and then you obviously landed in Romania. What is it? They just came and swooped you all up.
The peasants
The peasants grabbed you.
grabbed me. First thing they did was remove the 45 caliber automatic, which I had hidden under my genitals.
Oh, really?
They knew. They
I'm not
knew
sure
exactly
I'm not
what
sure I'd
they,
want to land on that.
They knew just what to hunt for.
And where to look for it too.
Yeah, well, I'm just
Oh,
telling
okay.
you. And then a woman came, nice lady.
Actually, they looked at him and they said, he can't be that excited.
Yeah.
That's the gun.
I jumped out of the plane.
Yeah.
Did you pull the cord immediately?
We had this ripcord.
Yeah.
A big metal thing.
But I mean, you didn't drop to get closer to the ground
We had
first.
those little parachutes, not the big one.
Oh, the belly packs.
Right.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Mine had 2 bullet holes in it when they put it on me.
When they put it on
They
you.
put it on you?
Yeah,
When they-
I had been wounded in the hip and the leg, and I couldn't
Yeah.
stand up and get it on me. But this kid who was his first mission, I told him, I was pointing to it. He said, he showed me the holes. I said, don't worry, put it on.
Said it's the only one
Put
I
it
got,
on.
right?
He opened up. I said the camera hatch were going out. That's
Yeah.
the easy one. And I got over there and I was sitting there and I said, push me. The trick was the great people in the intelligence department, they said the Germans are in planes around you and they like to shoot the people who come out quickly in a parachute. That's it. That's what they said. So what do we do? He said, wait, after you get out and you let yourself fall about 3,000 feet, end over end, and
Try
that-
not to get too dizzy to do the
Yeah.
next thing.
No. The only thing that was strange was that later when it opened, the 2 nice boots I had on came off. Boom!
Really?
They were floating down with me, next to me.
Oh my goodness.
2 things. That's when I realized that gravity is what it is. Anyways,
It's a bigger shock when the belly chute goes.
wait, this is even worse. We used to practice in his tent. These things we had, they were repacking them every 10 days or so because they were lousy. They were old chutes from North Africa. We knew it. And we kind of looked at them gently, and tried to check them out a little. But unless you take the whole thing and hang it up, you can't really tell. Anyways, what we could do is practice with this hook that was on the top. The hook pulls out, and then the first thing comes out. The first, whatever they call it, comes out, a little one, and you toss it over your shoulder. And you hope that that'll pull the others out.
Right. It's a drag chute.
Okay, now
Oh, okay.
I'm going end over end because they told us if you don't, you're going to be shot with the parachute at 20,000 feet. They make a nice target. So everybody did it. We all,
Yeah.
everybody's doing this, and
Would
finally,
you count to 3 or 10 or what?
what was it? One
Mississippi.
plus,
Oh.
2 plus 3. I was doing
Yeah.
counting, and I said to myself, "The hell with this! I'm gonna turn this. I'm opening this." So I pulled the handle, and it came off in my hand, for real, and nothing happened.
So now you're clawing at the pack.
We all practice in the tent, twist and pull, twist and pull. All of us kept doing this all the time, figuring this was what could happen. And I did this 2 or 3 times, and I got a piece of it out.
So it
threw
gave you
over
plenty
my
to
shoulder.
think about on the way down.
So when you finally hit terra firma, and
I landed on the right foot. I made sure,
okay,
because this foot was busy with the hip in a terrible shape.
okay. So when the indigenous persons grabbed you,
About 12 peasants came,
okay,
surrounded me. I told you what the
Do you
first
think,
one
do you
did.
think they got a reward or something?
Yeah, they get a bounty.
Okay.
okay. So then they turned you over to the remaining.
Wait. We had a woman comes who's evidently a landowner. She speaks good French, and I have a little high school French. Vous êtes américain? Oui. Vous êtes chrétien? Christian? No. Vous êtes vous êtes, what did she say? The next question was, what was it? Catholique or Protestant? No. He says, vous êtes juif? Correct? She says to me. I said, yes. Oh, catastrophe.
That's the thing.
And she pulled out my dog tags and said, and told me to dig a hole in broken French. Her French was good. Dig a hole and stick it in it and
Yeah.
forget about it.
Oh,
Because on the
because
it
if they knew
says-
you were Jewish, they would have.
I wouldn't have gone with the rest of them. They would have sent me to another camp. And then
Well,
I
you
would have
always
had a
told
heart
me the
attack.
Luftwaffe didn't care about Jewish.
What?
You always told me the Luftwaffe didn't care about Jewish.
At the beginning, they didn't.
Yeah.
Later on, when we were in the camp, after about 4 or 5 months, they wanted everybody's religion. Everybody had to sign up and go to services.
How long were you in the POW camp?
7, 8 months.
You
2.5
couldn't
months.
get away with saying I'm from Boston, I'm a Christian Scientist.
I said this to one of the guys. He laughed and laughed and laughed. He thought that was very funny.
I'm a follower of Mary Baker Eddy.
I said that to him. What? And they all said, "What'd she look like? You know, is she worth taking out?"
And you said, not really.
I said, "Well, she has money." I told him.
Oh.
So you were in Romania, in a camp in Romania, or did they take you to a camp elsewhere?
It was in Romania. It was a Romanian camp run by the Germans.
Okay.
And they had a great big hospital near it where all the wounded Germans were coming from southern Russia after being shot up by the Ruskies. That was the situation.
And the other half of the camp was Russians
Yeah, half
on the other
camp
side
was
of the
Russian.
fence.
The Russians, they didn't get much medical care, and they were really banged up.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, and they did all the dirty work in the camp, and for their good work, they got kicked and spat on and beaten. We stopped looking at it. We didn't like it. It was terrible.
So you were there 7 or 8 months,
Yeah.
and then,
And then the Russian army came,
oh,
and they all disappeared. The place was empty. We went to the gates. They were open, and we walked out.
it's an open sesame.
Then a big truck came with a bunch of Ruskies
So then
with
you
rifles.
At that point, I'd have been worried, though.
No, I wasn't worried. I had a stick for this hand and a stick for this hand, and I'll whack them, I told the guys. But they didn't want to do that. They just wanted to meet us.
So when they,
Everybody had a bottle of vodka,
Hot dog.
and everybody, we had a drink.
Yeah, I guess so. I would have had a few.
We had a few. We had maybe
so
more
what did
than
they
a
do
few.
with you then?
They had a lot of vodka.
No, but what did they do with you then? Did they?
They didn't. They
Transport you
went-
somewhere
They went on. They were heading.
They
towards
just
the
left
east.
you there on your own devices?
Yeah, nobody bothered us.
So
Then
how'd you get back with it?
What
They
were you
left
meant to eat?
we foraged.
Really?
Yeah, we went through the town, and whatever we saw was a fruit store or something else. We'd go in there, get a bag, and fill the stuff up and take it with
In
us.
other words, they just turned you loose on the population.
Yes.
Right?
And we found a place where they had.
So how'd you get home?
Wait a minute, are we on?
Yes.
Did,
Oh.
did,
been on.
did they march you to the border, or did
They
you
marched us
march to
through
the border?
They marched us through the town at one point at the
Yeah.
beginning because the Germans were terrible. The Germans knew we were coming to bomb. We were faking a trip up to what is it? The oil fields up there, Ploesti.
Palesti.
We were faking that, and they didn't fall for it because Lord Haw knew all this. They had spies at all the camps. Anyways, they shot us down in no time. And so then we were in this camp. We had to get to the camp. How did we get there? In the back of a horse and team.
Really?
They didn't have any trucks. I said, "Oh, this is modern design now." I said to everybody.
How'd you get home?
That's a long story. That goes a long way.
So, well, this past weekend, I mean, even though you weren't in
Normandy.
Normandy, it's still a tribute to you guys. I mean,
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you for your service. Oh my goodness.
Anyways,
So,
My father was in the
that was very
Navy, so
in the Navy.
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. There are a lot of advantages being in the Navy, but if anything went wrong, you were in the middle of the bloody ocean,
I agree
I mean, look
wholeheartedly.
at Kennedy, right?
and you couldn't swim that far. You know.
That's what we thought about when we were flying over water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just what you said.
The worst of both worlds.
You
right?
do it. Somebody always say, you do it. I'm happy over the
So,
Alps.
but didn't you say to get you up there and in place, it was the Tuskegee Airmen that
It was a
the
what?
Tuskegee Airmen? What did they have to do with
The
you?
Red Tails.
Oh, the Tuskegee.
Yeah.
They were stationed in Italy. Well, nobody knew about it.
The Germans did.
The Germans did, but we didn't know that they came up in these old P-47s, which is an ugly-looking plane, very big and very nasty. And they were in these a single-engine plane, it was as big as from there over to here, bigger. They flew those.
Yeah.
I recognized it. Everybody had to take the course and learn about what these planes are and whose they are. So I tell the pilot on the intercom, I said, "Don't shoot at them." Why?
They're ours.
They one of us.
I said, "They're with us." That's what I said. And the kids said, "You sure?" I said, look out the windows and see, and you'll know that they're with us.
Because they're a little bit darker than most Germans.
Right, they have a tan.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are not of the Aryan race.
You got
But
it.
the other groups, they actually were shooting at them. And I said, put it out on the air. I'll get over to the radio and I'll knock it out with some
The
code.
brown boys are with us.
They were laughing when I waved. The other guys waved a little.
But I believe their record was they never lost any planes they were escorting.
Well, they also, if you fly 600 or 700 miles up from Italy up to Ploesti, the problem is that these planes haven't got enough, because they're moving around looking for.
Enough gas to stick
They
around
haven't
too
got
long.
enough petrol.
Yeah.
They can get up there, but getting back is another problem.
Yeah.
They could take us 2/3 of the way.
It is now
and wait a
time
little for us when we get through.
for the BIG Unrehearsed Thespian Society's presentation for this evening, which comes from way back and is somewhat in tribute to John Dean's testimony in front of the U.S. House today, and is entitled Deep Stuff. Action. So how's the liver?
Fine.
With onions?
Your kidneys okay too?
This have anything to do about dinner?
Hey, I used to feed liver to cats.
Pate is costly,
Isn't that high cholesterol?
disgustingly unhealthy.
But delicious.
Do you think Mark felt like liver?
Why?
Well, waiting in that parking garage for Woodstein.
Did
Did Woodward and Bernstein offer him a snack
Well, it's cold and damp and you get hungry.
in the
You
garage?
take his.
I'm hungry.
Maybe Hoover liked the liver.
What's that got to do with Watergate?
They robbed the wrong store.
It was a break-in of the DNC.
Nah, they were trying to hit a pizza parlor.
It was bugged.
The health inspector was in just the day before.
I know you like pizza, but this is crazy.
No, that's how these things get started, Mike.
I think he's right.
It was all just a dumb mistake.
And they got caught.
If it was, they just had takeout,
If it was the Republican office,
everybody would still be laughing.
This is nuts.
anybody could say their deep throat.
Yeah, like how do we really know?
The guys were caught with documents.
Easy to make accusations.
Well, I tell you, it was just a night cleaning crew got the wrong address.
So Watergate was a fabrication by the press.
Right,
is that
fake
it?
news.
Sold a lot of papers.
And Bob and Carl's book, too, don't forget.
It was all spin doctoring, eh?
The cover-up. Now, that's what got messy.
You own up to the mistakes, and it's over.
And Nixon finishes his term.
Okay, I want a big cheeseburger.
That's it.
Gonna make a federal case out of it again?
Well, look, life goes on.
But he resigned.
You should have burned the tapes.
And Deep Throat got off entirely.
Should have blown the whistle.
But he was the cops.
And his pal Hoover was dead.
It was his sworn duty.
And now his daughter wants to make some dough off it.
The Watergate gang all went to jail.
And
Dean
Dean
seems-
seems unsure.
Yeah, another beaut.
How about fried clams, huh?
Sorry, red tide.
Everything is political, huh?
Maybe the Chinese buffet.
Haven't picked out in years.
Well, I think they all did the right thing.
So, what you're telling me is the whole crowd was stupid.
But it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and the rest of the world thought it was a blunder.
I don't like what happened.
This guy rats on a bunch of dumb burglars.
And that's the end of it.
Now, where do we go eat?
I'd like to shove that hamburger up your...
My, but aren't we tested?
That's enough of that, Mike.
Okay, I'm sorry, very sorry.
The media made too much of it.
Come on, it was a long time ago.
Who cares anymore?
I do.
Okay, good.
Oh, that was me. Well, go for something light, some light omelets. You'll feel better.
Oh, okay. In that case, the first round of beer's on me.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah. No response from Mike, though.
You had your say,
Yes.
We really do empathize.
and he's the Republican.
It just depresses me.
Well, all right, look, guys, I'll make the sacrifice. Thai food.
That's big time for Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks.
And you'll feel better when we get there.
How about I take a rain check tonight?
It was a bad time, Mike.
Yep, split the whole country.
You could have said that before.
It hurts.
And that guy brought it all back.
It's our history.
And for what? It's so dumb.
Felt admitted he did black bag acts.
Are we going to start over again?
It does a job on me.
And now this guy Trump's starting the whole thing all again.
You'll
Blackout.
You'll be better when you eat.
Have something. Eat something. You'll feel better.
That's it. Now you got it. Well, people will know we.
That's
suffer.
the fun way to do it. Just randomly read each other's lines. What the heck?
Yeah, it worked out
Louisa?
pretty good. Okay.
You know,
Well, now let's.
at least we kept going.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
I remember the first play I did in Brookline many, many years ago with an outfit called Amateur League.
Many years ago.
We did Under Milkwood.
Oh, okay. I saw that out at Wellesley. Yeah.
And we're all there on risers. It's, one
Yeah.
of these things you said. And I was the narrator of the thing. And there was a lovely lady who was, I thought old at the time. She was younger than I am now. And she stepped on one of my lines in the thing. And that would have been fine, except that her reaction was to go, I'm terribly sorry. So just keeping going is
Yes,
one of the rules of the
Well, I'm a little sorry because Donnie is already told us that he's going to be speaking during the 4th of July in D.C. at the Lincoln Memorial.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, God.
And nobody has ever done this. A president has never done this before. And all the stuff I've been reading in the time.
This is like he's going to,
He wants to be in it.
this is going to be his big military parade. right?
And then he'll be in the parade, and then he'll come up and make a speech, and he'll tell.
Will we ever get the steps of the Lincoln Memorial clean
I
again?
know.
No,
Get the
no,
bleach
you
out.
want it'll have to be steam clean.
Maybe the ghost of Martin Luther King will come forth and boot him the heck off of it.
He says
Be gone.
He says it's going to save America. His program.
Well,
he has set up.
you know,
for
the
us.
fact of the matter is that Donald J. Trump could, in fact, be a hero and save America. All he has to do is resign.
Or jump in that wading pool. That would be better because he doesn't swim. I don't think.
But if he resigned,
His hair
you know,
folds.
I'd throw him a dinner.
All right.
If he resigned. and
Okay,
got
what
the
have I
guy.
got here? Well, we know the Bruins won. There's one game left.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
And the Red Sox lost.
Zdeno Chara,
Yeah.
who had his jaw broken in the previous game,
And
played
he's
the
playing
entire
with a
game
broken.
and scored about an 80-foot final goal.
So that'd be nice to have another duck parade.
Got that wired up chin.
And I'll tell you, in the next minute and a half after that, at the end of the game, the St. Louis Blues showed what a group of low-class,
Yeah.
violent, vicious,
Did some
cheating
na-
son of guns they
Did
are.
some nasty things.
I think they had 4 people thrown out in the last 90 seconds
Yeah,
of the game
yeah, they
for slashes, cross checks, all kinds of
Oh.
things. I mean, they weren't even trying to hide it. They slashed one of our guys right to his face
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
on things.
Did he
It's,
get? But did they get what do you call it? Not charged, but did they
Yeah,
get
they got penalties.
Penalty,
They got
okay.
they got ejected,
ejected? Okay.
and every one of them just skated over and went right to the locker room. You know, but they're just
So that makes
Cheap.
makes you want to
Well,
want them to lose even more.
you-
But what do you think about the Raptors? They are not gonna. I mean,
I just hope they sweep
I know.
I just
oh
hope they
man,
sweep.
they're just eating up.
because nobody gave them a chance.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And there's all these people, you know, the people who jumped off the LeBron James bandwagon and onto the Steph Curry,
Yeah.
greatest basketball player
Well-
of all time bandwagon, and
But Steph Curry is pretty good. I mean,
oh no, he's good, he's
we,
good.
we have to see what happens now.
But surprisingly for a sport that only has 5 guys on the floor at
Right.
a time, one guy
And 10 other
cannot turn the
cripples
world
waiting.
upside down
Yeah.
by himself. And in fact, I watched 2 games now. I don't normally watch basketball anymore because I don't like the game of basketball these days, the way they play
I
it.
watched the regattas. I watched some of that.
But I watched 2 games, and they apparently only have the guy who's injured and Steph Curry. The rest of the guys could be playing for Brandeis.
oh, okay.
You know, it's ridiculous.
Well, I would love to see the Raptors
A seagull stole
take it.
Yes, I find that when I
a
turn
woman's lunch. How do you like
Oh, yeah.
that?
what
She was taking a picture of her lobster, of her lobster roll. She got a seagull came right down and boom. and she put in a sign. This is why you can't have nice things.
Happened
why you
to me-
can't have what
This is why you can't have nice things.
nice
Happened
things.
to my grandson out there in Revere Beach. They got a big stand there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he was
Yeah, you have to be
talking
careful.
to his father. He said, "I didn't get enough something or other."
Yeah.
He didn't get.
I want more mustard.
Yeah, he wanted more. I gave him a handful of the.
The seagull liked it
so-
without
yeah,
mustard.
And the seagull was sitting almost on my shoulder. I wasn't conscious of it. And boom, thump, and he's standing there looking at us.
Well, the funny thing is that there was one of these. I don't know if it wasn't Phantom Gourmet, but it was one of these food shows that was on, and it was talking about seashore fish, lobster pound, fish shanty kind of places
yeah.
and stuff. And there's this couple who must have been from the Midwest or something, and they come up and they order their food, and they said, "We want it to go. I don't know why you put these things so close to the ocean. You can't eat with the seagulls." And they took the thing into their car and drove inland to eat their food. I think they missed the point.
We bought it, and we sat down at the table, and we were eating it, and I was banging on the things and fighting them off, and I kept eating.
I love the way when you're on a boat, the seagulls just sort of hang there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they're parked. they're just moving at the speed of the thing. But it's when you look at them, it's like they're just tacked up there. You know, pin the tail on the seagull.
Okay, play it.
So we'll be back next week. Same time, same station. The good Lord willing, the creek don't rise.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea.
Once again, congratulations to the graduates. This has been the Fun Show here at Big TV.